Hello. I would be honored if you would read with me chapter 15 of Charlene Darling, A Very Slow Turtle by L. Beck. Chapter 15 is the best part of Tiny Town. And Charlene Darling had said the best part of Tiny Town was Speedy Burger. The chapter starts out with a picture of Charlene Darling, Tor, and Len the horse at a table at Speedy Burger. Jack Rabbit sporting reindeer antlers because it's Christmas time. And next to him is a horse that is a Pepsi delivery man. Interesting. The next stop on Charlene's road trip was Speedy Burger. Lynn pulled into a parking spot and unhitched, while Tor and Charlene maneuvered themselves out of the cart. Katie Koala let out a scream of joy when she saw Charlene walk in. The bells on her shoes jingled all the way to the glass door, where she gave Charlene Darling a big warm hug. Scotty Skunk, who was not far behind, announced, "We have a celebrity in the house," and threw his Santa hat into the air. Miss Charlene Darling and her famous companion Tor have graced Speedy Burger with their presence. He gave a bewildered Charlene Darling a big squeeze as he lifted her off the ground. "What?" called Jack Rabbit, who hopped over the counter with his reindeer antlers falling down his face. "Who?" hooted Oliver Hoot Owl as he flew over customers to greet Charlene Darling and her company. "What on earth are you talking about, Scotty?" Charlene asked Scotty Skunk. Katie Koala pointed to a newspaper article next to a photo of Charlene Darling in her Speedy Burger uniform. It was encased in plexiglass on the wall at the entry. "We know all about your adventures, Charlene," Katie exclaimed. "You're famous, Charlene," Scotty Skunk proudly shared. "You're the famous Speedy Burger Turtle," Jack Rabbit cried as he shifted from one foot to the other. "Who sent you on your way to be famous?" Oliver Hoot Owl asked to remind Charlene. This was a little too much for Charlene Darling to take in at one time. She stepped closer to the plexiglass-covered bulletin board and murmured, "That's me." "Sure is, darling," Tor said in confirmation as he stepped behind her. "The whole article is about you." "But how? How did anyone know?" Charlene questioned. "Those blasted birds!" Lynn exclaimed. "They are nothing but trouble-making gossipers. I bet you Foul David had a hand in this." "The carrier pigeons I talked to must have carried the news to other towns," Tor said after thinking. "The story came out today in a Tiny Town Tribune," Jack Rabbit said, still hopping about. "We all know about your adventures with Tor said Katie Koala, and Katie Koala made a list. "Cool Cat Cove, Suey Sound, Monkey Island." "My personal favorite," Scotty Skunk interjected. "Mule Mile," Katie continued. "Horse Horn." "Nothing noteworthy there," Lynn broke in to say as she made her way to a chair. "Goat Gap," Katie resumed, "and Hyena Hole." "Where you outsmarted the hyenas and were so very brave," Jack Rabbit said as he escorted Charlene Darling to the table at which Lynn chose to take a seat. "Free meals for you and your turtle companion," Jack Rabbit announced loudly, before lowering his volume and adding, but the horse is on her own because, frankly, I can't afford someone who eats like a horse." Lynn scowled and said, "Whoever pulled him out of a hat should have shoved him right back in again." "I'll buy the lady a drink," said the Pepsi delivery man who had been eavesdropping. "Now you're talking," said Lynn as she perked up and sauntered over to exchange words with the Mustang. "Are you hungry, Charlene, darling?" asked Scotty Skunk. "Very," Charlene replied. "Well, order, my dear," Jack Rabbit pleaded. "Your wish is my command. Someone get my camera out of the office. We have a celebrity in our midst, and she is going to eat a Speedy Burger." Oliver Hoot Owl flew like the wind to retrieve it. "Well, I'd like a veggie burger with the works, onion rings, and a Sprite, please." "What will you have, Tor?" Charlene inquired. "If it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me, darling," Tor answered. Charlene ordered some burgers and fries for Lynn because, after all, she could at least feed the mouths of the friend who was so helpful to her. When the Pepsi Mustang left, Lynn took a seat beside Charlene and gladly ate. "I think he likes you," Charlene said confidently to Lynn. "He's a flirt," Lynn said outright. "He'd give a Pepsi to any mare. I know the type." As Scotty Skunk passed by with a broom and dustpan, Lynn questioned, "When does Dr. Pepper deliver?" Jack Rabbit made sure lots of pictures were taken, and when Katy and Scotty finished their shifts, there was much to catch up on. "I can't believe you and I have a boyfriend at the same time," Katy Koala said as she grinned with glee. For the first time since Charlene met Tor, she did not try to correct or deny the accusation that he was her boyfriend. She simply said, "You have a boyfriend?" as Tor gazed at her starry-eyed. "Yes, Koala Dan," Katy said with the same starry-eyed expression Tor wore. "Koala Dan the Auto Man?" Charlene asked in utter shock. "Yes." Katy nodded and wiggled. "I may never have to check my oil or tires again." And the two giggled like schoolgirls. When Charlene spoke of the Council of Turtles and her plans to attend college to study astronomy, you could have heard a pin drop. Lynn took it upon herself to put an end to the evening by saying, "I hate to bust up this party, but we've got to get a move on." Roadrunner Ronnie gave Lynn a more direct route to Capital City. "It seems you took the scenic route, darling," Tor acknowledged. "I wonder why," Charlene said with soft sarcasm. The turtles said their goodbyes, and Lynn said her hurry-ups, until Speedy Burger was behind them, and a straight, wide road was in front of them. Lynn's steady clomp, clomp, clomp put Charlene Darling to sleep on Tor's shoulder. She was not even aware that Lynn had pulled into a roadside rest stop to catch a few winks herself. When Tor realized the ladies were out for the night, he let his own eyes close. We only have one more chapter to the end of the book. I'm so excited. I hope you will join me for the last chapter next time. See ya.